Welcome back everyone, thank you very much for joining me for our latest Griffin trapping video, baby, yeah. And on this one we're taking the Trez main account, which used to be the Trez main account. I guess the main account now is the mini lead, but this is Trez's account and I've turned it into a Griffin trap. I'm slowly but surely killing off the T2 by hiding my 8 marches of T4 in my leader. And I'm getting someone to come along and see the 2 million T2 and the 100k T3, but I'm hitting a 3 times false info, as you can see there. And people really seem to be falling for this tactic. So U.V Cyborg is coming in with the test march now. He's excited because he thinks he's found a juicy little target, which is appearing to him to be 15 million T3 and T2. And a hell load of resource as well, so he must be an excited Italian man right now. This is an Italian guild that I'm attempting to have a little play with here. 93 billion might, so they should really have a clue what they're doing. I think it does look quite trappy because I've actually hid my leader in the marches with the garrison, so it's a bit of a question as to where my leader is here. These guys really, for me, should be quite cautious. But they're going in with the rally, and this guy is a beast. I'm not going to try and Griffin rally trap him. I've got respect for his gear. I think that would be a bad idea with the little T2 that I have. And that's a pretty nice account, 58 stars as well. Nice imp set coming in. I'm in range wedge, and I was surprised I took this pretty well. And let's remember the damage I take versus the damage that I hopefully do on them with the Griffin pool. So 3.4 million reds on that one, losing the vast majority of the T2, only leaving a little bit of T3 and T2 behind. Obviously they can see that now, so I'm expecting the solos to come in any second now, any second, surely. 1.9 million, and they set a rally. I couldn't believe it. I was really quite amazed that they were setting a rally on 1.9 million troops. It's just beyond me. It's probably only about 20 million mites worth of troops and they're setting a rally. But it's absolutely perfect for little Char because these lemons, them setting another rally, it's really good because it means that more of them are going to port over and hopefully more of them are going to send marches as this rally comes walking in. So speeding forward, the rally is now walking in. I'm about to be zeroed in their minds. They're already coming in with the marches to farm this resource. As you can see, I've got myself a sweet little island spot, looking cute AF, and a good friend of mine, a good fellow Lords Mobile content streamer and creator, Executee. She was talking about Griffin trapping in her latest video, and she talked about what a modern day Griffin trap would look like. And I guess it could look a little bit like this. I think it would be cool to have T5. I don't think it's 100% necessary. I do think that it's good to have 8 marches, but I still think it's possible with 6 marches. You just want to be a bit more careful. But of course, as you know, with Griffin trapping, you're not trying to be a hero, you're just trying to cause some damage. And then I would probably advise hitting the shield, because you can definitely get hurt by multiple solos and stuff. So yeah. So a big shout out to Executee for the Griffin trapping and stuff, and it was interesting to see the old school Griffin trapping again. But here we are with almost 40 marches coming towards me now, 2.2 billion resource. They are really milking me for the resource, but I don't particularly mind at this point. I'm really just trying to choose my moment. I'm in an RN whether to go now, and I think I will be hitting the Griffin soon. So I'll be wanting to swap to Cav Wedge, and then you'll know that it's about to happen. I like to go to Cav Wedge because I think the majority of people seem to send Inf. But I don't really think it matters too much, as long as you don't get too many people sending in gear with their leader, and you don't actually take a load of powerful solos. So I sort of got it in my head when it next gets to 40 marches that I was going to go. I think I'm getting ready now. Just randomly collecting the resource from burning earlier, which is quite funny. And yeah, that was an interesting move just before pulling the troops home. Probably not the wisest, but in comes Mr. Grumpy. 40 seconds on that march. Oftentimes I'll kind of just choose someone as well and kind of go with it. And when I see that number nice and high in the watchtower, I sort of decide, okay, this is it, no need to get greedy. Choose the moment, otherwise they can get too spread out and start sending at separate times. So in comes the troops, hit that Griffin, random reload straight away from the bags, got it lined up already, and we've got one lead. We're not on fire, so that's good, and we've taken absolute minimal damage. It's looking really, really good. Pop on the ante, have a quick look. That's a T5 march there. Pull back in, get this quick march coming in. Looks like T2, but we'll take it. So up to 713 million kills there. I'm not sure how many kills I exactly got, but I do know how much I dropped their guild, because I had a little look at their guild before we did that pull. So before we get into the reports, I think we will have a look at that. Let me just get this guy executed and then pop the shield. Because as I said earlier, when it comes to Griffin trapping, no need to be a hero. I've just damaged their guild a lot more than the might that they took off me. So pop the shield, take the victory, round them away. And yeah, take the win. Have a look through these reports. And they're all left there looking very dazed and confused, thinking what just happened. And I can't believe they set a rally on 19 million mites worth of troops. So they're down to 93.2 billion might. They were at 93.5. I took that screenshot from the recording just before I pulled the troops home. After I Griffin trapped them, they were down to 93.2. So I managed to drop their guild 300 million might, which is really, really cool considering they only dropped me, I think, about 60. So jump in and reveal my true identity, and let's have a look through these reports. So some of these guys were sending T2, a lot of them were sending T4, and a couple of them were treating me with a sprinkle of T5. That guy there, it's a real treat, it's a real treat. You never know what you're going to get when you're fishing with the old Griffin trap, you really don't. And it's honestly nice to have a play and see that Griffin trapping still works, even coming towards the end of 2022. Griffin trapping is still a thing. People's greed and lust for resource is never ending. And when you've got a guild full of people that don't really know what they're doing, I mean, in a guild of 100 people, how many people actually know what they're doing? You're always going to get a few idiots. So it's a lot of fun, and these guys, unfortunately for them, suffering the consequences there. And the bait now with the Sanctuary, being able to afford to lose a little bit of T2 to try and bait people to come in, especially with a rally which draws people around you. I think that's a really good tactic as well. So I'd like to try that where multiple guilds come in, not just one guild. I really would like to try and get 100 marches. That is the dream. So that would be really, really cool. I'm pretty sure Panic's done it before, but I want to do it. I want to do it. So yeah, this guy losing some T5 for I think the second or third time, taking 100k reds there. That can't feel good. Miss Purple losing some troopies as well. Recon Mike, all of these lovely lemons. Mazinga only coming in with a little T1 march, but lots of his friends losing T4. And I think it was over 30 marches of T4 and about 10 marches of T2 and other stuff that didn't really matter to me. So really, really good pull, really, really impressed with it, and Griffin trapping is still a thing. So this is my comp, roughly, at the moment. It's really only the T4 that counts, but I have a little bit of sprinkles for the Pyrus. So after that ordeal, I've got 3.2 million troopers to claim out of the Sanctuary, as well as all of these out of the Sanctuary. So not too bad, almost 4.5 million in total. A pretty good hustle, so I'll have enough troops to go again to hopefully bait someone in with a rally, and we'll see how that goes. And I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's a little bit of a different way of baiting. It's yeah, it's definitely different, but I hope you enjoy it. It's a lot of fun to be bringing back a bit of Griffin content, and it still works, baby. It still works. So there's the stats one last time. Nothing too crazy, but a very beautiful account, and a shout out to Trez, of course. So thank you very much, everyone. It's a treat, and I hope to see you very soon in the next one. Please do like and subscribe, and yeah, be safe. Goodbye.